I think one of the benefits of Hesston College Aviation, from my experience, is that Hesston College, in its combination of academics and flight training, while we train quality pilots, our goal still remains the same, and that is to encourage people to be of great integrity.
Then working with Mike is kind of inspiring to me. Like, I want to be able to have the depth of knowledge that he has and be able to pass that on to my students.
So I actually born to want to become a pilot, especially America is one of a place that general aviation is pretty popular and in common. In my country, it doesn't really have that much a flying school or flying college yet, and I wanted to start it as early as possible. So I came to Hesston.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
In addition to it being a regulatory basis, and there's additional benefits from a regulatory standpoint, it allows Hesston College to allow its students and enable its students to pursue additional academic and flight training opportunities that go well beyond what they may be able to pursue during the two-year degree program.
The faculty and staff are really friendly in the aviation department as well as outside.
We're looking for motivated students, we're looking for students that have good time management skills and who just have a passion for aviation.
Earn your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at Hesston College and become part of their 50-year tradition of outstanding nursing education. Located just 30 minutes north of Wichita, Hesston College is a small, Christ-centered private college that provides state-of-the-art training for tomorrow's caregivers. The nursing program has maintained accreditation throughout its 50-year history, and 3 tracks offer you the BSN program you need to meet your goals, whether you are just starting out or building upon your previous education. The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program.
Small class size allows Hesston College faculty to get to know and genuinely care for each student. A rigorous, holistic nursing curriculum provides practical hands-on experience in our active simulation lab. You will also gain real-world caregiving experience ranging from neonatal to geriatric and well-respected regional clinical agencies.
From my first contact with Hesston College, I could feel the caring atmosphere. The nursing faculty made me feel at home. They walked me through the curriculum, and now as a student, they regularly check in on my life, my family, and my success.
Hesston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school at a cost comparable to public institutions. 100% of students who applied for financial aid received aid.
After classroom and clinicals, the ultimate goal is passing the RN licensure exam and getting a job. 98% of Hesston College's 1,600 graduates have achieved a RN licensure. Graduates are well respected in the healthcare industry with a great record of job placement. My employer loves hiring Hesston graduates and recruits them every spring.
Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Hesston College BSN student. Learn more about the Hesston College nursing program today.
Again he said, "What shall we say the kingdom of God is like? Or, what parable shall we use to describe it? It is like a mustard seed, which is the smallest of all seeds on earth. Yet, when planted, it grows and becomes the largest of all garden plants, with such big branches that the birds can perch in its shade."
I think one of the benefits of Hesston College Aviation, from my experience, is that Hesston College, in its combination of academics and flight training, while we train quality pilots, our goal still remains the same, and that is to encourage people to be of great integrity.
Then working with Mike is kind of inspiring to me. Like, I want to be able to have the depth of knowledge that he has and be able to pass that on to my students.
So I actually born to want to become a pilot, especially America is one of a place that general aviation is pretty popular and in common. In my country, it doesn't really have that much a flying school or flying college yet, and I wanted to start it as early as possible. So I came to Hesston.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
In addition to it being a regulatory basis, and there's additional benefits from a regulatory standpoint, it allows Hesston College to allow its students and enable its students to pursue additional academic and flight training opportunities that go well beyond what they may be able to pursue during the two-year degree program.
The faculty and staff are really friendly in the aviation department as well as outside.
We're looking for motivated students. We're looking for students that have good time management skills and who just have a passion for aviation.
And welcome everyone to Best Mullet Field here on the campus of Hesston College. It's been a long time coming, but the Larks finally have a field on campus, and what a facility it is. This is the inaugural games today as Hutchinson Community College has come to town to take on your Larks in the first home game of the 2020 campaign. It's been a weird February so far for weather. Larks were supposed to play Pratt here yesterday, but the field was just too wet after this snow. We were on the very edge of that snow band that made all kinds of national news. But now we are live and ready to rock and roll, and Hutchinson Blue Dragons here in town today. I'm Rusty Witcher with you here on the Lark Network. We'll take care of some business right now, whether you're a fan of the Blue Dragons, fan of the Larks. We'd love to hear from you. Send us a text, 620-217-1465. Numbers right there on screen. Tell us who you are, who you're watching, where you're watching from, and any questions, comments, feedback about this. This is going to be a lot of fun. This game, Hutch was supposed to host Hesston today over at Fun Valley, but the Fun Valley fields were not able to play. And they said, hey, can we come to your house? We're here. We're kicking off our game here from the Best Mullet Field. Beautiful, beautiful field, and finally getting a chance to take to the field. It's 2:15 down the lines, 2:20 to center. There are some cars over there in right field that park. They are the Showalter Villa Bluestem community workers. Those cars might be in danger. Wind's starting to blow out. It's a perfect day for softball. We'll take a look here at the starting lineup here from Hutch. Catcher number 4, Lexi Williams, to lead things off. Izzy McCarty plays second base, bats second. Marissa Rollin, the designated player, batting third, with Taylor Ullery, the left fielder, batting fourth. Kylie Dunn, right fielder, batting fifth, with Ashley Wilson behind her playing first base, batting sixth. Caitlin Schumacher bats seventh, plays shortstop. Natalie Bevan, the third baseman, batting eighth. And Bailey Pennycuff, the center fielder, to roll the order over, batting ninth. Sadie Loney on the hill in the pitching circle, this is the pitching circle for softball here at the Best. And we are getting closer and closer to action as the defensively for the Larks, Lexi Silvey over there in left field. Anissa Aguilar in center and Olivia Nava over in right. Bailey Hollinger from Lyons, Kansas gets the nod at the hot corner. Jessie Miranda over there at shortstop. Natalie Parmo at second. Amy Bertano at first. Marissa Harrison behind the dish. And Chelsea Smith in the circle here for the Larks. Okay. So as we are close and ready to go here as teams lining up, as we're getting things last but not least, Coach Sharp said former Coach Sharp might step up and as they're trying to get this set up here. I think they said to skip the song. And we're ready for, takes a look at the lineups here. Like I said, it's a busy time here at the Lark Athletics, Lark men's and women's basketball. They are on the road tonight. The women are at KCK, and the men are at Highland, too. As we're ready to go. They're in Region 6 playoffs. But first game's here from Bess Mullet Field. It was built, been a long time. Hesston College put softball back in my sophomore year in the spring of 1997, and it played at the Hesston City Diamond, located a couple blocks north here. So, Lorena, you can go ahead. So, and this field built this last year, and the City Ball Diamond located a couple miles north, or a couple blocks north. Now finally on campus, and for the longest time they wanted the game to be on campus.
College softball's inaugural game at Bess Mullet Field.
We'll get any starting lineups here one more time.
We'll start by naming off the Hutchinson Dragons.
We'll take a quick break. Be back right after this on your Lark Network.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4. We're going to have some upper level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
And welcome back here to Bess Mullet Field. That feels so great to be able to say. This field constructed this last year, and they've got some nice dugouts here on the third base line, as we'll get a good view of the third base dugout right over here, kind of behind the fold. But the first base dugout, third base over here, we're a little locked in, but everything. That's where we are. Like we said, 215 down the line, 220 to center. Wind blowing out today, and we've got a good crowd on hand today for our first games here at Bess Mullet Field. Again, I'm Rusty Witcher with you here on the Lark Network. As they're introducing the Larks here.
Playing third base, number 16, Bailey Hollinger.
Everyone.
Playing second base, number 14, Natalie Paramo.
Natalie being introduced here.
Playing right field, number 13, Olivia Nava. Your Hesston College head coach is Chrissy Bell, and your Hesston College assistant coach is Selena Lopez.
Interesting, as we've heard today, Jamie Rose, the longtime head coach of Hutch. Christy Bell played for 1 year under Coach Rose over at Hutch. And I asked Coach Rose before the game, I said, hey, how many players have you played, former players have you played against? She said roughly 4 or 5. So this isn't something new, but it's the first time that Hutch comes over. They're just 35 miles west of us. Great time to come over and kick off the inaugural games here at Best Mullet Field. Good little setting. We've got great lights too. The LED lights on the poles along with the fly ball lights, which is new added. Field looks great. You're looking through netting. I wish all baseball fields and softball fields went to net. But again, like we said, hey, supposed to give a shout out to Chelsea Smith's dad, Ronald. So special shout out to him tuning in. Again, if you're a fan of the Larks, fan of the Blue Dragons, we'd love to hear from you. Send us a text, 620-217-1465. Chelsea's numbers on the year so far. She was near All-American candidate last year, second in the nation in strikeouts. In 7 games, she is 2-2. 36 in the third innings pitch. She's allowed 39 hits, 19 runs, 16 of which were earned. She's walked 17 but struck out 62. In a 12 in a 7-inning game, she's averaging just a shade under 12 strikeouts. She's allowed 3 home runs and has an earned run average of 3.08. Leading off the game here for Hutch is their catcher, Lexi Williams. Williams comes into today hitting .476 on the season. Hutch is 9-3 on the year. Larks got back to even at 4-4 with the sweep over Pratt yesterday. So Williams to lead things off, followed by McCarty and Rowland. That's where we are on the lineup here. There, the text messages are starting to roll in. We'll get to those. Here we go. Garla, go Larks softball. We love you. Amy, number 24 from Whittier, California. And got a text from Hutch's SID, Steve Carpenter. Great, Steve. Good to have you with us here as he's getting ready to head to Dodge City for Region 6 Basketball Division 1 action. All right, let's go Larks from Kim Leatherman. And we got the text rolling in. Glad you guys are tuning in to the inaugural games here at Best Mullet Field. Can't say enough about that. Finally got this field on campus after a long struggle. There was some struggles. Just couldn't find the funds. And the Lark Athletics renovation, which also partnered with nursing, allowed this facility to be built here. Love the netting. Like I said, it looks great. And we are ready to go for our first batters of the season here on the first games. It's been fickle. This weather has been a killer so far for Lark Athletics as we are live. Chelsea starting this off, and the lefty catcher Williams to dig in. .476 average. She's 24-42, a double, 2 triples, a home run, and 8 runs driven in. Williams, a threat to run when she's on the base pass. She has stolen 12 of the Dragons' 24 stolen bases. And the first pitch from Chelsea is down low for a ball. A lot of fans here from both Hutch and Heston. Because it's a short drive, about 35 minutes. Zip over and away you go. And the 1-0 pitch coming up just stays outside and low, and the count moves 2 balls, no strikes. This Hutch team comes in hitting .342 on the season. Opponents hitting .283. They've stolen 24 bases, so the Blue Dragons a threat to run. That pitch is a strike at the knees, and our count moves 2 balls and a strike. Great time to be here. And like we said, finally having this field on campus feels great. Now, from east to west, you have Best Mullet Field, then you have Sieber Field for soccer, and Oswald Field. And that pitch just misses on our count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Defensively, Lexi in left, Nissen center, and Olivia over there in right. Bailey at the hot corner, Jesse and Natalie up the middle at short and second. And Amy over at first base. And there Chelsea finds the bottom corner of the zone, and we're full 3 balls, 2 strikes. So this is a big payoff pitch early on. And I get to say it's the first payoff pitch we have at the Best. On the ground up the middle, knocked down by Natalie. Natalie with a good stop, and Williams will have the base hit. Infield hit, though, for the Dragons, and they have a runner aboard. here in the top of the first. And Williams, like we said, a threat to steal. She's swiped 12 stolen bases on the season. Dragons have yet to be caught stealing. This brings up Izzy McCarty, the second baseman, and she is hitting .333, 5-4-15, 3 doubles, and 5 runs driven in. And Chelsea deals. Runner goes, and we have the first stolen base, and that ball gets through Jesse, and the error will allow Williams to slide into third. So a stolen base and an error on the throw, and the Dragons have a runner in scoring position. The first pitch was a strike to McCarty. Dragons have driven in 101 runs on the season, scored 118 in their 12 games. They're 9-3 on the season. Good matchup. Dragons are Division I, Heston Division II in terms of softball. And the Dragons, I believe, just made that jump up to Division I 2 seasons ago, I believe. That pitch fouled back and out of play on the right side, and that's our first foul ball here at the Bess. I got to say there's going to be a lot of firsts today, so I'm going to get that out of the way. So Chelsea way ahead at 0-2. And she deals. Stays upstairs. McCartney does a good job laying off in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. More fans filing in here to Bess Mullet Field. The 1-2 delivery. Strike 3 inner corner, and McCarty is frozen. The first out of the game recorded. Marissa Rolland coming up, the DP today, leading the Dragons in her 12 games. She's 18 for 37, 486 average. It's one of the leading hitters for the Dragons. She's knocked in 21 runs. And she takes a first pitch, pops it up. Marissa calling for it and cannot come up with it as that bounces foul. Tough play. There is a wind blowing out towards center. It's a northwest wind, so it's blowing out to center, out towards the middle of the field. And Rolling quickly behind with a strike. We'll try and get some updates here as we go on in Game 2 of Lark men's and women's basketball. Chelsea misses outside. Rolling lays off. Definitely a pitcher's pitch, trying to force Rolling to chase. The 1-1 coming up now as Chelsea getting her sign from the dugout. Fly ball, that's popped out of play on the left side and into the batting cages. As Rolland trying to drive it out. She's hit 3 home runs. She leads the her and Ulrey are tied with 3 bombs apiece. Pretty good 3-4 hitting combination here for the Blue Dragons. And the 1-2 coming up. Changeup stays outside, drifting outside, and our count moves 2 balls, 2 strikes. Be interesting, the Larks, a lot of college softball teams use the number combination. I wonder if that'll translate into Major League Baseball, especially with the Astros and the scandal. Had to get that in. And the 2-2 coming up. Strike 3 inner corner, Rolling frozen, looking for something else, and Chelsea has her second strikeout of the contest. And this will bring up left fielder Taylor Ullery. Ullery, 15 for 42, 18 runs driven in, 6 doubles, a triple, 3 home runs. She's hitting .357. Very dangerous top order here for the Blue Dragons. Larks trying to work out of the early jam. That one fouled back and out of play towards the very damp fresh mud. And Ullery quickly behind a strike. Boy, does it feel good to have this field right here on campus. It really does. so many years of trekking over to the City Ball Diamond and working from an unenclosed press box that would get very cold, nice and warm here. We can turn on a heater if we need. The netting looks phenomenal. Can't say enough good things. I've been waiting for this day to be over here and get to call a game from the best. Strike inner corner. Chelsea finds the top corner of the zone, and Ullery quickly behind 0-2. Changeup drops in, and Chelsea, after allowing the leadoff single, strikes out the side after that. 3 quick strikeouts here for Chelsea. And we'll go to the bottom of the first. Coming up, Larks coming to bat. We'll take a look at the Lark batting order as Jesse Miranda to lead things off, followed by left fielder Lexi Sylvie. Marissa Harrison moves to the third spot, the catcher, with Anissa Aguilar batting cleanup, and then the incredibly dangerous Amy Bratato coming to bat in the 5-hole. Chelsea Smith, pitcher, bats 6th, with Bailey Hollinger, the third baseman, batting 7th. Natalie Paramo bats 8th, and Olivia Nava will roll the order over for the Larks. And that's the goal, to get back to the top of the order. Jessie was one of the leaders in the country last year in stolen bases. Amy was one of the leaders in home runs and runs batted in. Chelsea, one of the leaders in strikeouts. A lot of pieces here for first-year head coach Christy Bell, who played for 1 year under head coach Jamie Rose over at Hutch before Christy went down the road to Oklahoma Wesleyan. Defensively, Ullery is in left, Pennycuff in center, McCarty Dunn over there in right. Bevan at third base, Schumacher at short, McCarty at second, Wilson at first, Williams behind the dish, and Loney in the circle for the Blue Dragons. Loney's numbers on the season: she is 2-1 in 6 appearances, started 4 games, 18 innings pitched, 22 hits allowed, 12 runs, 8 of which were earned, 3 walks, 18 strikeouts per 7 innings. She averages 7 Ks a game, has a lot of home run, has an ERA of 3.11. according to the NJCA stat page. And Jessie to lead things off. Jessie on the season, 7 for 25, 280 batting average, but Jessie has 8 stolen bases, trying to get the lefty slapper to start things off. And away we go, bottom of the first, as Loney gets her sign. And starts Jessie off with a strike. Good pitch there from Loney, right there at the knees for a strike. Both infield corners coming in to protect against Jessie and the bunt. Again, fan of Larks, fan of the Blue Dragons, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a quick text, 620-217-1465. That one misses upstairs, and our count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow we'll have Lark baseball in action. Actually, Saturday, Sunday, Lark will be hosting North Central Missouri. That pitch stays low. And our count now, 2 balls, 1 strike. We'll be back here on Monday, Dodge City coming to town to the best. We'll go over to Oswald on Tuesday for baseball against NOC Tonkawa, I believe. And then we'll be back here on Thursday for Bethel. So very busy time. And Jessie fly ball into the fence, or the screen. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm telling you what, I wish more places would go to netting. It is phenomenal. It's easy to see through. No extra bars. And our count now rides at 2 balls, 2 strikes. They do a revamp at Oswald Field. I'd like to see that go up. That one stays way outside, and our count now full 3 balls, 2 strikes. So Jessie battled back here against Loney, and the Dragons with their first payoff pitch. That's on the ground of the second baseman, McCarty, who flips over to Wilson, and there's 1 away. Lexi Sylvie coming to bat. Lexi leading the team so far, 13 for 31, a .419 batting average for the freshman. So Lex digs in.
Now batting number 17, Lexi Sylvie.
So back-to-back lefties here for Christy Bell and the Larks. Nice pitch there at the knees for a strike from Loney. Got a text saying go Larks. All right. That one stays upstairs, and our count evens up at 1-1. As we said before, you just join us late. 2:15 down the lines, 2:20 to center. Here at Best Mullet Field. The 1-1 delivery, too far inside and low, and our count moves 2 balls, 1 strike. We're in the stretch run for postseason here in Jayhawk Conference basketball as Lexi swings through, and our count moves 2 balls, 2 strikes. Loney deals. Lex swings through, and she strikes out. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the first for Marissa Harrison. Larks catcher, 9 for 26 on the season, 2 home runs, 10 runs driven in. She's hitting .346. 2 away, and that pitch stays upstairs to Marissa. Larks worked their way out of the jam defensively, trying to get something started here against Loney. And the 1-0. Drifts and stays a little bit high in our count now, 2 balls, 1 strike. Glad to see a lot of people showing up today for this inaugural game here at Best Mullet Field. The 2-0 curves in for a strike. And the lefty Loney now has the count moved 2 balls and 1 strike to Marissa. Marissa, a little flare. That's going to hang up in the air. Larks go quickly and quietly as Schumacher puts it away. Larks go 1-2-3. We've played an inning, no score here from Best Mullet Field. We're back after this here on the Lark Network.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning. I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing. And just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field on the campus of Hesston College. Been a long time coming to say those words. Originally the field, they had scheduled plannings for fields here for a long time, but never came together. Finally, everything got to play, and got a text to say from Langston. Flowers said, Langston said, go Larks. Hopefully Langston recuperating after having surgery on his Achilles tendon, that horrible injury he suffered in the last home game. Wish Langston a speedy recovery. Top 2 we go. This is Kylie Dunn, the right fielder, with Ashley Wilson to follow, and Schumacher after that.
Now batting number 9, Kylie Dunn.
So Dunn, the lefty, stepping in. Get back to our numbers here for Dunn. Dunn on the season, she's 11 for 36, 3 doubles, a triple, 6 runs driven in, and batting .306. And Chelsea getting her sign, the numeric signs. Finds the bottom corner of the zone for a strike. A lot of Hesston College faculty here in attendance to be here. That's a chopper on the ground. Amy with a backhanded stab, making the play. Nice play by Amy over there to record the out. And there's one away for Ashley Wilson.
Now batting number 5, Ashley Wilson.
Chelsea getting her sign one more time. Comes in with that moving pitch, almost like a screwball that slides in or a curve. And starts Wilson off with a strike. Not a bad day for softball, 58 degrees. That stays outside, and our count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. I see a lot of fans bringing their chairs, too, to sit and watch the game. Got batting cages over here for both squads to use. And bullpens on either side for pitchers to warm up. And that misses high on our count now, 2 balls, 1 strike. Even have a concession table today furnished by women's soccer coach Brian Kerr. And the 2-1 coming up. There's a strike there, and our count evens up. 2 balls and 2 strikes as Chelsea finds the zone. Coach Bell told me she has a couple recruits also checking this out today. Count evens up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chelsea has 3 strikeouts already. That's fouled back into the fence. Now, we'll always maintain pitches like that. You can tell who's played baseball and softball before. Players who have played make an instinctive move. People who have not dive for cover. Count still riding 2 balls, 2 strikes. I think as we go on, I think we could see bleachers being expanded here. And the 2-2. Stays high and tight, and our count rides full 3 balls, 2 strikes. What I'd really like to see is Coach Bell getting permission from the Hesston Recreation, which I think she could do easily, to use the Carl Boyer field that the high school plays on, along with this one, and maybe even the City Ball Diamond to put together summer tournaments. Payoff pitch here. Swing and a miss, and Wilson chases the outside pitch, and that's Chelsea's 4th strikeout. So we're top 2. So that must be a new rule here. The Larks going together after the strikeout on the, and there's a quick ball put on, a penalty ball here to Caitlin Schumacher. Schumacher, 8 for 35, swings through the first pitch she sees, and the count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Through the, I have a cord, yeah. And our count now even at 1 ball, 1 strike. That one comes inside, and Schumacher wears it. She is aboard. And the Dragons with a runner with 2 outs. Third baseman Natalie Bevan coming to bat. Here in the top of the second. Chelsea gets her sign one more time. Chelsea comes inside, paints the inner corner for a strike. I'll have to get some clarification on the penalty ball here issued, that last at bat. The 0-1 delivery. On the ground back at Chelsea, soft roller. She'll flip over to Amy, and the Larks minimize any damage right there. As we have played an inning and a half, no score here from the Best Mullet Field. We're back after this here on the Lark Network.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4. We're going to have some upper level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you've had all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
And welcome back to Best Mullet Field here on the campus of Hesston College. We're going to the bottom of the second. Cleanup hitter Anissa Aguilar, Amy Bertano, and Chelsea Smith all due up here for the Larks in their half of this frame. Larks still looking for their first hit, as the lefty Loney comes out for her second inning of work. Time called here. They want to go through some new signs. Nis on the season, the sophomore, is 10 for 30, 333 batting average, 5 runs driven in, with 4 doubles. But Nis, we saw Nis has a little pop in her bat. Nis lays the bunt down, smothered by Bevan. Bevan's throw in time. Nice play by Bevan to come up and make the play. And there's one away for the incredibly dangerous Amy Bertano. Amy 10 for 27. She hit her first home run of the season last night at Pratt. She has 8 runs driven in and a batting average of 370. Shattered the single season record for home runs with, I believe, 20 last year. She broke the career record in her first season, and Amy takes a strike. And I will say this much, Amy has probably the best hands I've seen through the strike zone in all my years around Hesston College softball. The 0-1 from Loney drops in for a ball, and the count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. Loney gets the sign from her catcher, Williams. Amy, a little flare, and that will drop in front of McCarty. The throw over in time. Almost pool cued that off the end of the bat. Had a little bit of extra English on it, and there's 2 outs. Chelsea Smith, pitcher, digs in for the Larks. As I said, Chelsea told me to give her dad, Ronald, a shout out before the game, so I did. Wind's blowing out, and that pitch drifts inside and back to the fence. 1 ball, no strikes here to Chelsea, the sophomore from Washington. That's on the ground up the middle. McCarty comes over and can't come up with it, and Chelsea is aboard on the error. So the Larks with their first base runner here on the error. And Bailey Hollinger from Lyons, Kansas coming to bat. And if memory serves me right, Bailey's mom has been the longtime coach over at Lyons High School. for Lions girls basketball. And Bailey takes a strike on the pitch, that drifting in the side from the lefty. Larks were their first base runner here at Westmoreland Field. That one stays downstairs, and our count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Got a shout out. I believe that's from Chelsea's dad. Saying the umpires have really stressed that the coming together to keep the game moving. I don't like it. 1-1. Stays outside to Bailey, and our count now 2 balls and a strike. Fast pitch softball is a lot of fun. It has a quick move to it anyway. And the 2-1 delivery coming up from Loney. Bailey fouls it back to the fence. And our count riding even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So we can say Deuces Wild across the top of that scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. On the inaugural games here at Westmoreland Field. A long time coming. Love it. Absolutely love it. Bailey, little flare that bounces foul in front of Wilson over there at first base. So Bailey with a little batter's box disco dancing. She's staying alive. So once again, Deuces Wild. Bailey on the ground of the shortstop Schumacher. Throw over in time. Larks get a runner aboard but can't do anything else. We've played 2 innings here from the best. No score. We're back after this here on the Lark Network.
The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program. Hesston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school at a cost comparable to public institutions. 100% of students who applied for financial aid received aid.
After classroom and clinicals, the ultimate goal is passing the RN licensure exam and getting a job. 98% of Hesston College's 1,600 graduates have achieved a RN licensure. Graduates are well respected in the healthcare industry with a great record of job placement. My employer loves hiring Hesston graduates and recruits them every spring.
Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Hesston College BSN student. Learn more about the Hesston College nursing program today.
And welcome back here to Westmoreland Field. Rusty Witcher with you here on the Lark Network. As we're into the top of the third, no score. Make sure I can flip my scorebook over. As Pennycuff and the top of the order coming back up here. So Pennycuff stepping in, and this will be her first at-bat today, and Chelsea misses downstairs, low and away. Pennycuff hitting .429 on the season, 15 for 35. We said this Hutch team comes in hitting .342 as a team in their 12 games so far. The 0-1. Pennycuff pulls back, and our count quickly, moves 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. There's a strike at the bottom corner of the zone, and our count now 2 balls, 1 strike. Chelsea has 4 strikeouts through 2 innings. She struck out 16 in game 1 against Pratt yesterday. That one stays a little bit low on our count now. 3 balls, 1 strike. Signs being delivered. Not only are they pitch signs, but defensive alignment signs, as that misses down and away, and a walk issued. And the first walk of the game here for Chelsea. Third base runner allowed. That's
Now batting number 4.
Chelsea's 18th walk allowed this season. And that brings up catcher Lexi Williams. She singled her first at bat, stole second, but was stranded at third. So she's 1 for 1, looking for the always important multi-hit game. And that one stays downstairs, 1 ball. Pennycuff thought about running. She's stolen 3 bags on the season so far. Looks like Natalie forgot her wristband with the signs. Over there. Great day to be a Lark. Not a bad day to be a Blue Dragon, even if you're here playing softball. The 1-0. Marissa throw down, and the throw not in time as Pennycuff swipes second base, strike called, and our count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. So Pennycuff moves up to second base. And our count even 1 ball, 1 strike here to Williams. So the Dragons with a runner over there in scoring position. That one stays downstairs. Chelsea working down and away to Williams. And the count 2 balls, 1 strike. Chelsea deals. Little flare in foul territory. Bailey Hollinger going over and making the play. Nice play in foul territory for Bailey to come up with it.
Now batting number 8, Izzy McCarty.
And there's 1 out. Izzy McCarty struck out looking her first at bat. Bailey making the play over there in foul territory. And Chelsea dealing. Swing and a miss. And McCarty quickly behind with a strike. Got a text from Chelsea's dad, Ron, saying she's looking good and wishes he was here. So that one fouled back to the fence. And our count evens at 0-2. Or moves to 0-2. Yeah. Plenty of time. Come out, catch a weekend action sometime when the Larks are playing Friday, Saturday maybe. I think they've got a couple of those on the schedule. And the count 0-2 now to McCarty. Looks like Niss is trying to stay warm in center field. Strike 3 called inner corner. McCarty frozen on that same pitch for the second time today. And that is Chelsea's 5th strikeout. And now 2 away here for Marissa Rowland. Rollins struck out looking her first at bat. And the sophomore hurler forces Rollins to chase through, swinging through the first pitch she sees. A lot of people here in attendance today. Good turnout for our first games here from Bess Mullet Field. The 0-1 coming up now is Chelsea getting her sign one more time. Fly ball, left side. Lexi coming on and makes the play. So after getting a leadoff runner into scoring position, the Dragons can't do anything with it. We'll go to the bottom of the third. No score here from Bess Mullet Field. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning. I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing. And just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here. Natalie Paramo stepping in. Natalie looking to get started. She's hitting 125 on the season. 2 for 16. The freshman second baseman. Trying to get the Lark offense rolling here as that one stays high and inside. A quick ball here to Natalie. Olivia on deck, followed by Jessie Miranda at the top of the order. So it'll be the second time through the order, or the start of the second time through the order for the Larks. Natalie fouls it back, and our count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. One, 1. The 1-1 delivery as Natalie swings through, and the count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. So our count moving to 1-2 for Natalie. She has 10 strikeouts on the year, trying to make that adjustment. Sometimes there's a little bit of a learning curve as that one stays up and to the speed of junior college softball. Definitely a different game than high school. A lot quicker in all aspects. Sports are at the NJC level. That one downstairs, and our count moves full 3 balls and 2 strikes. So our count full 3-2, and the payoff pitch upcoming here for Loney. That one fouled off into the fence and will stay alive. Batter's box disco dancing. Count full again. And one more payoff pitch here from Loney. That stays upstairs, and the Larks have a base runner after Natalie draws her 5th walk on the season. That'll bring up Olivia Nava.
Now batting number 13, Olivia Nava.
And Olivia, 2 for 21, trying to get herself rolling. Lefty stepping in. Olivia shows the bunt and offers for the strike. Looks like a couple Blue Dragon baseball players made their way over. And the 0-1. Olivia swinging through and is quickly behind 0-2. Leadoff runner on for the Larks. Strike 3 as Loney with that little curve gets over. And there's one away for Jessie Miranda. Jessie grounded out her first at bat. So we're in the bottom of the 3rd here. Off to the races, slipping in, but caught stealing over there on the far side was Natalie as the throw down from Williams was in time. And there's 2 away. Got a text saying, "Go Amy, congrats on your first home run last night. Can't wait to see how many go out this season. Love, Dad," from Whittier, California. That one fouled back. Jesse fouls it back. Hashtag Bravado Strong. Hashtag Go Larks. And our count evens at a 1-1 strike. Loney delivers. A little moving curve, catching the black for a strike. That's a tough pitch. It tails away from a lefty like Jesse. Jesse, a little flare out there, and that will drop in for a single. And Jesse has the first Lark hit of the contest, and the first Lark hit here at Best Mullet Field. And so runner aboard for Lexi Sylvie. 2 away. Bottom of the third. Will be the Larks' third base runner of the game. Lexi, like we said, hitting .419, leading the Larks. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Jesse off to the races. Slips in. The throw goes through. And Jesse will slip over to third. She had second swipe. She'll get to third after the errant throw. And Jesse goes over to third. And the Larks now with a runner just 60 feet away. And the count 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Lexi fouls it back into the fence. We're going to have gusty northwest winds today, gusty south winds tomorrow, so Oswald Field will be playing quite cavernous for the game 1 and 2 of the 4-game set with North Central Missouri. The 1-1. Little flare dropping in. Base hit for the Larks, and Lexi singles in the run. The Larks put the first tally on the board with the RBI single. And the Larks take the lead 1-0 here as Lex just put enough of that, found a hole where no one was, an infield single, and the Larks are on the board, and Marissa Harrison coming to bat. Marissa hard hit at the shortstop. Schumacher backhand stab, throw over in time, but the damage done as the Larks come away with a run. We've played 3. Larks lead 1-0. We will be back after this here on the Lark Network.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4. We're going to have some upper-level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you have all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that.
And welcome back to Best Mullet Field here on the campus of Hesston College. During the break, got a text saying, "Hi, Auntie Anissa. We've got our eyes on the Larks. Love you lots. Serafina and Sienna from California." It's one of the things we like to do. It's been kind of a trend that I began a long time ago. Basketball, like I said, throwing my number out there and make this as interactive as possible. A lot of these players go back and watch the games. Love to hear the shout-outs. Lots of times we get visitors tuning in, too, from all across the country. It's a lot of fun to have people being able to watch the broadcast here on the Lark Network. As we're going to the top of the 4th, Taylor Ullery coming to bat. She struck out in her first at-bat. Kylie Dunn and Ashley Wilson all due up here for the Blue Dragons. Larks with the 1-0 lead as we're in the top of the 4th. There are concessions being sold by women's soccer coach Brian Kerr. Down there on our lower concourse. Dr. Phil Miller and I will be in the booth as they said Ullery laid off as Chelsea asked Marissa to appeal down to first base. I can agree with that. It was close, but Ullery held off. The count 1 ball, no strikes. Dr. Phil and I will be in the booth on Saturday. Maybe even we'll get Macy Murray up there with us if we can figure out seating. The 1-0 coming up. That one stays outside, and Ullery quickly ahead to Chelsea. 2 balls, no strikes. Or if you're from Chelsea's perspective, she's quickly behind. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0. Fly ball hit a ton, but it's a line drive right over to Lexi. Should have said a line drive in the first place. Lexi plays it perfectly, and there's an out. This is going to be one thing as the sun sinks lower to the west. Wonder how this will. Wonder what kind of effects the sun will have in those line drive and fly ball to left field, as you're looking left field directly west into the setting sun. There's a strike at the knees to Kylie Dunn. Boy, this is nice to be inside. I spent so many years in that unenclosed wooden death trap of a press box over the City Ball Diamond. The 0-1 coming up. That was downstairs, and the count evens up 1 ball, 1 strike. On cold days, the thought of just setting that on fire just to be warm crossed my mind numerous times. Count even 1 ball, 1 strike here to Dunn. As a lefty slugger digging in. That one just stays outside. And our count 1 ball, 1 strike. Chelsea thought it was a strike. Got a text saying, way to go, Jesse, from Grandpa Mike. And the 2-1 pitch coming up here from Chelsea. That's on the ground at Jesse. It's short. Jesse gloves it off the hop, plays it over to Amy in time, and they're 2 away. Ashley Wilson coming to bat, and she struck out swinging her first at bat. So 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Larks with a 1-0 lead. See some Hutch fans with those enclosures. Those are great. And Wilson swings through the off speed for the changeup. Now the count 0-1. The 0-1 stays upstairs, and we're even at 1 ball, 1 strike. So the count even 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 away here, bottom of the top of the 4th. There's a strike at the knees. Wilson looking for something else, and Chelsea way ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chelsea has struck out 5 Blue Dragons so far. And the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Marissa tosses down. Strike 3 issued. And that's Chelsea's 6th strikeout. We've played 4 here. Larks leading 1-0, or played 3.5. Larks leading 1-0. We're back after this here on the Lark Network.
The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program. Hesston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school at a cost comparable to public institutions. 100% of students who applied for financial aid received aid.
After classroom and clinicals, the ultimate goal is passing the RN licensure exam and getting a job. 98% of Hesston College's 1,600 graduates have achieved a RN licensure. Graduates are well respected in the healthcare industry with a great record of job placement. My employer loves hiring Hesston graduates and recruits them every spring.
Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Hesston College BSN student. Learn more about the Hesston College nursing program today.
Welcome back to the bottom of the fourth here. Larks leading 1-0. Anissa Aguilar, Amy Bertano, and Chelsea Smith all due up here for the Larks. It's the West Coast connection here for the Larks in the 4-5-6 hole. And Nis fouls it off into the ground over on the left side. Nis trying to get herself really rolling here. She's hitting .333. 5 runs driven in, 4 doubles. Has some pop in her stick, though. I think she hit 3 home runs last year. And the 0-1. Nis chases the filthy little changeup in the count 0-2. Nis knew she chased it as she shook her head as she's quickly behind. The 0-2 coming up, and this lays off as Loney tried to work to the lower part, down and away part of the zone, I should say. And the 1-2. On the ground and foul past Bevan over there at third base. As Nis stays alive, and now I see Hesston College soccer players showing up here. And they count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Yeah, when it's all said and done, I think Larks are going to have to add some bleachers here. Nis little line drive out there. That's going to be double city. That's all the way to the fence. Nis on her way to 2, and she pulls in with the stand-up double, and the Larks have the first extra base hit of the game. That brings up Amy Bratato. And Amy grounded out her first at bat. So Amy coming to bat.
Number 24, Amy Bertano.
And Loney will work with a runner in scoring position, leadoff runner aboard for the Larks. That one comes inner corner for the strike. And I see a couple people walking out there. And not going to lie, with Amy's stick, they're in danger. The 0-1 coming up. Nice pitch there by Loney to quickly work ahead 0-2 to Amy. And the 0-2 coming up. One nice stop by Williams to slide over and keep Nis over there at second base. Got a text saying, "Thank you for announcing the game. Go Marissa, go Larks." Another text saying, "Go Nis" after the double. They count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Loney dealing one more time. Amy fights it off, fouls it back to the fence, and our count still riding 1-2. The 1-2. Changeup fooled Amy. Don't see that very often, and Loney has a strikeout. Amy looking for something different. Goes down with 1 away, and that brings up Chelsea Smith. Chelsea got to first on an error and was stranded in the second, so she's 0 for 1. Nis having herself fun over there at second base. On the ground, slow roller. Throw over from Bevan in time, but Nis does move up. 60 feet, and there's 2 away. Bailey Hollinger, the Third baseman for the Larks digging in. From Lyons, Kansas, Lions, member of the Central Kansas League in high school athletics, also the same league the Heston Swathers play in. And Bailey off the fists to Wilson, who steps on the first base. Larks strand a runner. We've played 5. We'll be back we've played 4 here. We'll be back with the top of the 5th. Larks lead 1-0 after this. We'll be back after this on the Lark Network.
Earn your Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree at Heston College and become part of their 50-year tradition of outstanding nursing education. Located just 30 minutes north of Wichita, Heston College is a small, Christ-centered private college that provides state-of-the-art training for tomorrow's caregivers. The nursing program has maintained accreditation throughout its 50-year history, and 3 tracks offer you the BSN program you need to meet your goals, whether you are just starting out or building upon your previous education. The RN to BSN program offers hybrid courses scheduled to promote life balance, and also offers a special RN to BSN tuition program.
Small class size allows Heston College faculty to get to know and genuinely care for each student. A rigorous, holistic nursing curriculum provides practical hands-on experience in our active simulation lab. You will also gain real-world caregiving experience ranging from neonatal to geriatric and well-respected regional clinical agencies.
From my first contact with Heston College, I could feel the caring atmosphere. The nursing faculty made me feel at home. They walked me through the curriculum, and now as a student, they regularly check in on my life, my family, and my success.
Heston College provides the education and personal attention expected of a top private school at a cost comparable to public institutions. 100% of students who applied for financial aid received aid.
After classroom and clinicals, the ultimate.
And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field on the campus of Heston College. We're in the top of the 5th. Caitlin Schumacher, Natalie Bevan, and Bailey Pennycuff all due up here for the Blue Dragons.
Up to bat number 3, Bailey Pennycuff.
As Schumacher digging in. She was hit by a pitch in her first at-bat. And she chases upstairs, kind of fooled herself into that swing. I can't fault her. I would have just come out of my shoes. Yes. Got a text saying, shout out to Bailey, love dad. Go Larks. Looks like Amy's tired of the visor. Or she can't see, or the visor possibly broke. I don't know. Schumacher quickly behind 0-1. Chelsea deals. That's too far inside. Schumacher skips her way out of there. I think she was a little frustrated with herself for not wearing that. She was hit by a pitch in her first at-bat, so she has an on-base percentage of 1 billion, but does not have an official at-bat. I think Dr. Phil and I like to say 1 billion. The 1-1 coming up. That one stays too far away, and our count now 2 balls, 1 strike. Chelsea wheeling, dealing, the 2-1 drops in with a little curve, and our count evens up 2 balls, 2 strikes. Larks leading 1-0. Little pop-up, Jesse plays underneath it and makes the play easily. 1 away here for Natalie Bevan, third baseman.
Number 11, Natalie Bevan.
Top of 5 here, Larks leading 1-0. And that one skips away from Marissa. 1 ball to Bevan. The 1-0 coming up. That one stays outside. Our count 2 balls, no strikes to Bevan. Like we said, Lark baseball in action tomorrow and Sunday. First pitch, 1 o'clock tomorrow. First pitch, noon on Sunday of the doubleheader. 4 games set this weekend. The 2-0 stays upstairs. Our count now 3 balls, no strikes to Bevan. We'll be back here Monday for Lark softball. We'll walk over to Oswald on Tuesday for baseball. Catch our breath Wednesday, and then we'll be back right here for a visit from Bethel on softball on Thursday. All these games streamed on the Lark Network, and that's weather permitting. Of course, this is February and late February, early March. There's a strike at the top of the zone. Never know what's going to happen, and we talked about that snow ban. That was actually a national story. Here in Heston, we got maybe an inch, if that. A lot of rain with that snow. Just 12 miles away in Gossel, 10 to 12 miles away, they got 6 inches of snow as Chelsea comes back with a strike, and our count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. That snow band was quite incredible, only about 15 miles wide, but dumped inches of snow all over. Visible from the air if you've seen those photos circulating the internet. The payoff pitch coming up. That's a fly ball popped out of play on the right side towards Sieber Soccer Field. And the count now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Chelsea gets her sign. She'll be dealing a payoff pitch on the way from the sophomore. That one's ripped foul into the batting cages, into the bullpen area for the Larks. See, sophomore Paige Biddle is on ball duty today. Paige on the shelf with injury. Another payoff pitch coming up. On the ground at Natalie at second. She vacuums it up, tosses over to Amy, and there's 2 away. Bailey Pennycuff, center fielder, drew a walk and stole a base here for the Blue Dragons in the bottom of the 3rd. And the first pitch from Chelsea stays downstairs. 1 ball. There's a strike on the outside corner. We're even at a ball and a strike with 2 down here in the top of the 5th. You're looking straight to the southeast here from in Heston. Chelsea deals. That one stays downstairs. This is going to be interesting because we're not fighting the sun anymore. And the count now 2 balls, 1 strike. Chelsea misses outside. Our count 3-1 here to Pennycuff with 2 away. A lot of Hutch fans made the trek over. Coach Rose does a good job of recruiting locally. And a 3-1 coming up. That one stays outside, and Chelsea issues her second walk of the contest. Or excuse me, her first walk, the second walk of the contest, both to Pennycuff. I'm getting the wrong line in my scorebook. As long as it's not the dreaded WW, which goes down the scorebook as wasn't watching. My dad taught me to keep a scorebook when I was in 2nd grade. A long time ago. Lexi Williams, the catcher, digging in with a runner on and 2 outs. And Chelsea misses low and inside. 1 ball. Yeah, 36 years ago I was taught to keep a scorebook. The 1-0 coming up. Swing and a miss as Williams chases through the heat she sees from Chels. And the 1-1 coming up. Marissa can't frame it enough. And the count moves 2 balls and 1 strike as the pitch was a little bit low. One thing we will be watching, hopefully, as we go on, the groundwork, the maintenance, the landscape work drying here for around Best-Mullet Field. And the 2-1. Little flare. Natalie plays the popcorn flare up, and it is done. The Larks strand a Blue Dragon runner. We've played 4.5. Larks leading 1-0. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
Located just 30 minutes north of Wichita, Heston College is a small, Christ-centered private college that provides state-of-the-art training for tomorrow's caregivers. The nursing program has maintained accreditation throughout its 50-year history, and 3 tracks offer you the BSN program you need to meet your goals, whether you are just starting out or building upon your previous education. Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Heston College BSN student. Learn more about the Heston College nursing program today.
Of the instructors have all had like a helping hand in helping each and every one of us, and I'm taking everything that they've given me and I'm just trying to help dispense that to the next generation.
Now that I'm actually interacting with the aircraft, starting to get more in depth, people are viewing you as a pilot. It definitely raises your maturity level and makes you focus. When it comes to trusting you, obviously they're putting all their trust into you.
And welcome back here to Best-Mullet Field on the campus of Heston College. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. Natalie Parmo, Olivia Nava, and Jessie Miranda all due up. Natalie Parmo, Olivia Nava, and Jessie Miranda. Lexi and Marissa also, if the Larks can get there. Larks leading 1-0. Natalie drew a walk but was caught stealing in 3rd. Natalie, first pitch swinging, fouls it back towards the netting. Like I said, I'm a big fan of the netting. I don't know. I'd like to know what you guys think of the netting out there. Tell us what you think as you're looking through the netting. I think it's phenomenal. I think it beats looking through chain link any day of the week. And we'll take donations if you would like to put netting up on Oswald Field. The 0-1 coming up. Drops in from the lefty Loney, and the count now 0-2. Loney's breaking pitches are very deceptive, kind of like a screwball and a curveball from the lefty. As that one misses outside, they count 1-2. Fly ball center field. Pennycuff camping underneath it and makes the play. One away now for Olivia Nava. Wind's still picking up here. I'm starting to feel it up here in the press box as it's blowing out. We're fortunate. If we need to, we'll close windows. And Liv takes a pitch away, 1 ball. And temperature's starting to fall, 57 now. 58 at game time. The 1-0. Nice pitch inside those. Curveball, screwball. Pitches here from the lefty. Catches the inside corner. That's more of a curve right there. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike to Liv. That one stays away down low, and our count 2 balls, 1 strike. The 2-1 comes inside. That was definitely a screwball. That tailed in towards Liv, and our count now 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Loney can move the ball either way. There's a line drive, base hit left field, and Liv has a single. So Liv singles her way over on the laser beam. And that brings up Jesse. And Jesse's 1 for 2 with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. So far, the only run of the game. And we have time being called. And it looks like we might be going to the bullpen here or something. Head coach Jamie Rose talking things over, wanting to... Yep, they're bringing in a new pitcher. We'll take a quick break. Be back after this here on the Lark Network.
Located just 30 minutes north of Wichita, Heston College is a small, Christ-centered private college that provides state-of-the-art training for tomorrow's caregivers. The nursing program has maintained accreditation throughout its 50-year history, and 3 tracks offer you the BSN program you need to meet your goals, whether you are just starting out or building upon your previous education. Be a part of the tradition of caring as a Heston College BSN student. Learn more about the Heston College nursing program today.
And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field. Looks like a pitching change here as Marissa Rowland coming in to pitch. Her numbers on Rowland on the season, she's appeared in 6 games. She started 4. She's 4-1, has 1 complete game, has pitched 20 and a third innings. 22 hits allowed, 18 runs, 17 of the earned variety, 8 walks and 19 strikeouts. She's a leading K getter here for the Blue Dragons, striking out 6.54 batters per 7 innings. She's allowed 3 home runs and has a 5.85 earned run average, trying to shut the door here on the Larks as we're in the 5th with a runner aboard in the top of the order. So it's Jesse, Lexi, and Marissa all due up now with Olivia over there at first base.
Number 21, Jesse Miranda.
So Jesse digging in. Here, led the conference in stolen bases. That pitch is over for a strike. Larks moved into the Jayhawk Conference last year in all sports. They were a member of Region 6, but now compete for conference crowns. And last year picked 11th, tied for a share of the conference championship. The Larks got to hang a banner as Jesse takes the strike on the outer half, and the count 0-2. So the banner's up there in left field, and the count 0-2. I even see some Heston High School people here as that one stays away on our count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So good to see a lot of Heston community out to support the Larks in their first official home game here at Best Mullet. And the 1-2 coming up. That one downstairs on our count, sliding, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Williams has done a great job behind the dish, sliding and protecting those balls from getting back to the fence. And the 2-2 delivery coming up as Roland deals. That's a line drive, left field, base knock for Jesse. And Jesse has the multi-hit game as she has singled in both of her last 2 at-bats. And now a little something doing for the Larks for Lexi Sylvie with 2 on and 1 out. And the 5th hit of the game for the Larks. So the lefty Lexi digs in.
Number 17, Lexi Sylvie.
And there's a strike at the knees to Lex. memory serves me correct, I do believe Lexi is an incredible jump roper. And they count 0-1. Roland deals. That's fouled back to the fence. And again, on my theory on players who've played sports or played baseball or softball, they make an instinctive grab to that. Players are not diving out of the way. The men's soccer team down there in the front row diving out of the way of the ball. The count 0-2. That one misses outside. And if you're a pitcher for like Roland, you like that spot. You're going to try and force the hitter to chase. Great plate discipline there from Lexi. The 1-2 on the way. That one upstairs. That will get back to the fence as the runner's moving up. That's the first ball that has gotten through Williams. Call that a wild pitch as that stayed upstairs. The runners move into scoring position and are count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Quick chat defensively of what the Blue Dragons want to do as the Larks standing on the porch, knocking on the door with 1 away. And our 2-2 count to Lexi. Roland deals. Lexi fouls it back, fights off another one, and more batter's box disco dancing. She's staying alive, made popular by the Bee Gees. And our count remaining 2-2. Another deal from Roland. Lexi chases upstairs, swinging through, and a strikeout for Roland. There are 2 away here. For Marissa Harrison. And Marissa digging in and fights it off, fouls it back to the fence. Or the net, the screen, whatever you'd like to call it. Got a text saying, go Amy, number 24 from the Bertato Family Daycare in Whittier, California. The 0-1. Off speed, drops in for a strike, and our count 0-2. You can hear everybody coming together. Hutch trying to work their way out of the jam. That one too far outside. Marissa lays off, and our count 1-2. Almost seems like that is automatic for pitchers in the college ranks if they get ahead of 0-2 to try outside. The 1-2 delivery. Too high and in, and Marissa spins her way out of the way, and our count moves to deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs across the top of the scoreboard. And the 2-2 on the way. Marissa, a little flare, that could drop in over the glove of McCarty. A run in, a second run in, and Marissa has a 2-run RBI on the little dying quail, and the Larks put 2 more up. And now lead 3-0. A little dying quail out there to shallow right field. Marissa picks up 2 quick ribbies on the single, and that brings up Nis.
Number 22, Anissa Aguilar.
Nis doubled her last at bat. Nis fouls it off. As those runs being charged to Roland. I think 1 run gets charged to Roland, rather, and 1 run gets charged to Loney. On the ground to the third baseman, Bevan throw over in time, but the damage done. Larks tack up 2. They now lead 3-0. We'll take a break and be back with our 6th. Larks ahead 3-0. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
Are going to spread their flight training out over a little bit longer period of time, and they're going to have the opportunity to be intern instructors and teach for us and teach their colleagues in the 4-year bachelor's degree program.
We're looking for motivated students. We're looking for students that have good time management skills and who just have a passion for aviation.
The instructors have all had like a helping hand in helping each and every one of us, and I'm taking everything that they've given me and I'm just trying to help dispense that to the next generation.
Now that I'm actually interacting with the aircraft, starting to get more in depth, people are viewing you as a pilot. It definitely raises your maturity level and makes you focus. When it comes to trusting you, obviously they're putting all their trust into you.
Hi, Kendall, and welcome back to Best Mullet Field here on the campus of Heston College. I know. As we're heading into the top of the 6th, Larks leading 3-0. Talking to former second baseman for the Larks, Kendall Richardson, also known as Bendel, depending on who you talk to. Izzy McCarty, Marissa Rowland, and Taylor Ullery all due up here for the Blue Dragons in the 6th. Kendall saying she wished she could play up here, and absolutely, what a field, what a facility. Now everything right here on campus. It's just Kendall's universe. We're just all living in it, aren't we? McCarty, Rowland, and Ullery all due up here for the Blue Dragons as the Larks leading 3-0. And the Blue Dragons with only one hit so far through the 6 innings. And that was a leadoff hit. It's been pretty much all Chelsea and the Larks defense the whole time. McCarty struck out twice, both times looking, both on the same pitch. And they ask if McCarty offered. She did not, and the 1 ball. Larks get their signs one more time. That one stays upstairs on our count, 2 balls, no strikes. And the 2-0 coming up here. That one stays high and away, and our count, 3 balls, no strikes. So McCarty way ahead here. That one too high and in, and a walk issued. Leadoff walk issued here for the Blue Dragons. That brings up Marissa Rowland, who's now moved into the pitcher's spot. And Rowland 0-4-2 with a flyout and a strikeout. But Rowland very dangerous, hitting .486. Chelsea misses high and away. 1 ball. So the Best Mullet Field has your seal of approval then, Kendall? Yeah. Ashley has your seal of approval too? Okay. The 1-0 coming up here for Chelsea. That misses downstairs on count, 2 balls, no strikes. Popped up on the infield. Chelsea calling for it and makes the play. And there's 1 away. That brings up Taylor Ullery, lined out to Lexi over and left. Sun's starting to sink as you can see the outfielders, Jesse, Bailey here on the infield, kind of trying to shade their eyes from the sun. Amy trying to get her visor ready to go. Lights have popped on here as the sun's starting to sink slowly. That's on the ground. Bailey knocks it down. Jesse comes up with it, can't make a play. Bailey got a piece of that hard hit, base hit for Ullery. That ball was hit on a string. And now the Dragons with a couple of runners. That brings up Kylie Dunn here with one away. Just the second hit of the game for the Blue Dragons. Bailey got a little bit of leather on that, but it just squirted out. It was a very hard hit ball by Ullery. And the 0-1. Chelsea misses downstairs, and I count 1 ball, no strikes. Chelsea with a 1-0 coming down. That drifts high and in, and I count 2 balls, no strikes. Here in the 6th, Larks with a 3-0 lead, but the tying run at the dish here for the Blue Dragons. 1 away. And a 2 ball, no strike count to Dunn. Chelsea misses. Low and away, and our count now 3 balls, no strikes. We'll figure out the steps into the press boxes. They're slightly treacherous. That one misses high, and a walk issued, and the bases are loaded. And Christy Bell is going to head out and talk to her sophomore hurler. I'm going to talk some things over with the bases loaded for Ashley Wilson. Wilson 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Again, looking forward to the rest of the weekend. Lark baseball in action tomorrow. Temperature's supposed to be gorgeous for a 1 p.m. first pitch. As we'll get a 4-game set with North Central Missouri. 2 games tomorrow, 2 games Sunday. First pitch at noon on Sunday, 1 o'clock on Saturday. We'll come back here on Monday for softball against Dodge City. Then we'll go walk over to Oswald Field once again for baseball on Tuesday. Everybody will catch their breath on Wednesday, and then we'll be back here at the Best for Hesston College softball when Bethel comes to town. So a very busy time here in Lark Athletics. Women and men tip off tonight. They're in action in Region 6 Division II playoffs. As Wilson steps up. Bases loaded here. Larks trying to work out of a jam. And there's a strike on the outer corner from Chelsea. The 0-1 coming up. Strike on the inner half. Chelsea quickly ahead to Wilson. 1 away here in the 6th. And now the go-ahead run here at the dish for the Blue Dragons. Chelsea dealing. That one stays high and in. And Wilson lays off. Now they count 1 ball, 2 strikes. That one's fouled back and into the screen. The count's remaining 1-2. Like we said, love looking through the netting. It looks like, from what I can see on our feed, looks great. I'd like to see what everyone says about the netting. Doesn't even look like you're looking through fence anymore. Marissa out to talk to Chelsea to iron things out about what they want to do. And that'll move Marissa back behind the dish. And the count 1-2 again here to Wilson with one away. The 1-2 stays outside. Our count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chelsea tried to paint the black. Instead, just a little bit too far wide. And the 2-2. That one fouled back. A long battle here by Wilson. Had a lot of fans here from both squads. And the 2-2 delivery one more time stays low, and we're full 3 balls, 2 strikes. Well, Chelsea working in a jam right now. Wilson has battled back, and our count is full. Payoff pitch from Chelsea. Strike 3 called inner corner. Wilson frozen. And Chelsea with a huge strikeout. That's the 3rd strikeout for Wilson. And it looks like Chelsea's 7th on the day. Caitlin Schmucker popped out to Jessie Miranda her last at bat. She was also hit by a pitch. Schumacher, excuse me. Wrote that down wrong. And Schumacher swings through the first pitch she sees. Larks trying to work out of the jam here in the 6th. A big-time jam. And the 0-1 coming up. Schumacher quickly swings through, and she's quickly behind 0-2. Chelsea well ahead this time. Schumacher showing bunt, but she's pulling it back. That one pops straight up and over our brand new press box. And on a play. I was fully expecting that to hit on the top. And the count remaining 0-2. That one drifting outside, or count 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chelsea still ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Schumacher. Little fly ball out to Lexi. Lexi can't come up with a base hit. 1 run is in, a second on the way. And Schumacher has a little bloop single, 2 runs driven in, and the Blue Dragons are on the board. So a 2-run single here by Schumacher brings up Natalie Bevan. Well, died out there in front of Lexi into left field, a little bloop single. Bevan's 0 for 2. Chelsea misses down and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Down and in, I should say, excuse me. There's a strike at the knees in her half, and the count even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Hutch trying to make Chelsea work here. as Hutch has broken through the long drought and put 2 runs up. Swing and a miss for Bevan, and she's quickly behind 1 and 2. The 1-2 now, one more time from Chelsea here in the 6th. Fouled off left side, and Bevan stays alive. That sun is right about at critical angle for any balls hit out to the left. Or on the ground at Jesse and Bailey at short and third. The 1-2. Pop back and out of play. And then fouls off another one. Another long at bat. Dragons have really worked Chelsea here in the 6th. And the 1-2 coming up. Fly ball to Nis. Nis plays it underneath it. And the Larks dodge a bit of a bullet. But 2 runs do come across. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Larks lead 3-2. Back after this here on the Lark Network.
I've definitely grown as a person to be more confident, and working with my professors, they really want to have a good relationship with you.
I think what makes a good student is someone who is curious, someone who is genuine, really commits to wanting to learn things that will help them in their life and connect the dots between faith and learning. I think those are qualities that make a student that's exciting to work with for me as a professor and really gives life into what I enjoy doing.
If someone's going to have a relationship with you and then be mentored or discipled by you, they need to feel like they belong and they fit and that you value them as a person.
This year I'm more prepared to help other freshmen and to bring them under my wing. And just helping around campus, learning about the new activities and being able to share that with so many other people.
And welcome back here to the Best Mola Field. Amy Bertano, Chelsea Smith, and Bailey Holland are all due up here for the Larks. Amy struck out looking her last at bat. And Roland stepping in, working in her 2nd inning, and starts Amy off with a strike. The 0-1 delivery coming up from Roland. Amy on the ground of the shortstop, Shoemaker. Schumacher throw over in time. And there's one away. Chelsea Smith comes to bat. Chelsea's 0 for 2, reached first on an error in the 6th, grounded out her last at bat. Chelsea does have a home run. 2 runs driven in, hitting .269. And that one tapped foul. As we're in the bottom of the 6th, Larks leading 3-2.
Up to bat, number 29, Chelsea Smith.
The 0-1 coming up. Chelsea swings through, and that's fouled, and that's back to the fence. I don't think she actually got a piece of that. Williams just couldn't hang on to it. Count 0-2 to Chelsea. That one misses outside, and they're count 1-2. We'll get some, as we said, as the men's and women's games tip off for today, we'll get some updates. Larks at KCK, Lark women at KCK, men at Highland. Strike 3 called outer corner. Chelsea goes down looking. A good pitch from Roland. And that brings up Bailey Hollinger. Bailey's 0 for 2. Got a shout out to Natalie from California. So Callie has been in the house all day long. Callie's actually in the house right now with Kendall standing next to me. And a swing and a miss by Bailey. So we're about to head to the top of the 7th, possibly, depending on what happens at this at bat. Bailey quickly behind 0-1. Bailey chases high cheese, and the count 0-2. Roland took something off. It misses high and away. Bailey chasing, and the Larks go quickly and quietly. 1, 2, 3 here. Top 7 coming up. Larks clean to a 3-2 lead. We're back after this here on the Lark Network.
It's crazy to see how far I've been able to come in just a little under 2 years. Years 3 and 4, we're going to have some upper level aviation classes that are going to be really interesting. We're going to be able to instruct for the college, which will be awesome. We'll get to help along some of the younger students.
It's just exciting to kind of reach that process where you've put so much work into it and you have all these people rallying beside you, as well as instructors, as well as friends and family. And so when you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of how much you've learned and kind of where you're headed. Right now is a really good time to get into the industry, and so I'm excited to kind of see how much it'll grow and what can come from that. I really wanted a liberal arts education. I wanted to study aviation and really get this skill, but I also wanted to develop myself as a person. When you accomplish that, it's an indication of kind of where you're headed.
And welcome back here to Best Mullet Field Top 7, as it's Pennycuff, Williams, and McCarty all due up here for the Blue Dragons. As the Blue Dragons trying to get something going, they trail by a run. Got a text from Boo saying, cheering on my girls all the way from New Mexico. So Boo in the house. Top 7, and Pennycuff 0-4-0 has a pair of walks as she swings through the first pitch she sees from Chelsea. Chelsea took a lot off of that on the drop ball, and Pennycuff was fooled. That one missing downstairs, and our count 1 ball, 1 strike. Not sure where the cheers are coming from, but I hear them. There's a strike as Chelsea comes back. Finds the upper quadrant. I think count 1 and 2. Popped up a mile high. Bailey calling for it. Now Jesse calls off Bailey and makes the play. Good communication there by the Larks. And there's 1 out in the top of the 7th. Lexi Williams coming to bat. Lexi Williams singled in her first at bat, stole second, but was stranded at third. Popped out to third and popped out to second. So she's 1 for 3. That one's skipping downstairs. 1 ball to Williams. So we talked about this. This has been a weird February. Maybe not quite as weird as last year, where the Larks spent a month, almost a month between games, thanks to all the weather cancellations. And the 1-0. There's a strike, and we're even. 1 ball, 1 strike. That shadow getting longer from the dugout, but also getting lighter because of the lights they're on. And the 1-1. That one misses a little bit low and a little bit outside, and our count 2 balls, 1 strike. Williams showed bunt. And the 2-1 coming up. That one stays downstairs. Again, on count 3 balls, 1 strike. Bunt popped up, and Marissa makes the play behind the dish. And there are 2 outs. As Williams couldn't get the bunt down, and it's up to Izzy McCarty, who's 0 for 2 with a walk and a pair of strikeouts.
Number 8, Izzy McCarty.
So McCarty digging in here, drew a walk, scored a run. And Chelsea looking to finish this out. Swing and a miss for McCarty on the first pitch from the sophomore Chelsea. The 0-1 coming up. And that one misses high, and our count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one fouled off on the right side, and our count even moves to 1-2. Chelsea dealing. Swing and a miss, and the Larks put the nail down. They come away with the victory. First victory here from Bess Mullet Field. We're going to take a break and come back with Game 2 right here on the Lark Network. Our final score, Heston College 3, Hutchinson Community College 2. We'll be back with Game 2 right after this.